Why does my child say stop talking or growl or walk away from me every time I say good job?
Your child is not disrespectful, but there's a good chance that your child could be on the spectrum, they could have ADHD, or they could be struggling with something called demand avoidance. So if somebody is neurodivergent, let's talk about autism, for example. If somebody's neurodivergent, a big part of their life is going to revolve around receiving help from other people. So this means that you're not autonomous. So you want to do things on your own. This is why when you're going to the kitchen and you're about to do the dishes and your mom comes and says, "Hey, John, you mind doing the dishes for me?" It pisses you off because you were already going to do that thing and you wanted to do it on your own terms. Autism means that the way that you communicate with the world is different from how a neurotypical person would communicate with the world. So because of these differences, we have to account for it by receiving some type of external support. We need a support to survive, number one, and to thrive, number two. But because we know that we need the support, it's frustrating, it's humiliating, and it makes us feel like we can't do things on our own. That's a tough way to live. And when this is the case, you're going to push back against anything that feels like a demand. And for parents, this is frustrating because you think that the child is being disrespectful. And if a child is being disrespectful and they're being rude and their tone is off, what you're going to do as a parent is you're going to discipline them even more. You're going to say, "Oh, okay, so you don't want to do the dishes? All right, okay, cool. So you think you pay the bills around here. All right, well, guess what? Let me get the PlayStation, let me get the Xbox, and you're not going to see your friends for a week. You're grounded." And guess what? The punishment doesn't do anything to make the demand avoidance better. This is why I question the diagnosis of ODD, oppositional defiant disorder, because there's so many things that can lead to a child appearing oppositional. If you don't understand what the child's struggles are and they can't understand where you're coming from, we're going to butt heads. And this thing is not going to end well. We're going to say things to each other that we don't mean, and we're getting further and further away from the solution. And understanding demand avoidance and how this presents in kids and how it could present in you and how this leads to mood swings, frustrations, arguments, breakups, suspensions, and fights is a game changer. So you have to understand that autonomy is something that's not negotiable for a neurodivergent individual. They need autonomy. So whenever your neurodivergent child or friend or spouse can do something on their own, it's better to let them do that thing on their own and to fail as opposed to intervening and telling them what to do. Now, obviously, depending on what the thing is, you may have to intervene for safety reasons. So don't take what I'm saying literally, but understand that your child or your spouse or whoever is neurodivergent in your life that you have a hard time communicating with, that person needs autonomy. And they have to know that they are somebody who's capable of doing things on their own without help every single time. Yes, they need the help. But if they're able to do something on their own and they can complete it, it boosts their self-esteem and it puts them in a better position to then ask for more help. This stuff is key. It's like magic, y'all.